Hey, Shalom Akyam. This is Brother Taza Pop back with another lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles, the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam out there who are doing the work of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and in sincerity. And just dealing with the times that we're in right now. We see how Esau is making it more and more difficult to be out in public. And what this is going to lead to, as brothers been prophesying for years, is according to Amos 8 and 11, that famine of the word, which was one of the topics that me and the brother had, we had a just brief discussion on. And yes, I definitely see it heading in that direction. You know, we are closer now more than ever before to all things being fulfilled. And that's just another one of the prophecies that we are waiting to be fulfilled here at Great Millstone. And, you know, even with that being said, I believe that Great Millstone is, if not the only camp, one of the only camps that's even going out and teaching right now, you know, when and where it is possible. But, I mean, you can hit the YouTube still, and that's why the famine has not truly. Well, that's why that prophecy has not been truly fulfilled just yet, because you can still go on YouTube and you'll see videos from Great Millstone, from the apostles or teachers and heads on down. You know, we still getting in that work, but like I said, there's a lot of camps that are not. You know, and even before all this COVID-19 and riots and all this kicked off, you had a lot of these camps wasn't going out regularly anyway. So this is just an excuse for them, one more excuse for them, you know, not to be faithful to the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but hey, we're going to be faithful until the fulfilling of the scripture, of the prophecy. And with that being said, let's go over to Amos 8 and 11 and bring this out, all right? So this is Amos 8, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai." So there's going to come a famine of the hearing of the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So, you know, there's going to come a time where the prophets won't be heard, because the words of the Most High are with his servants, the prophets. And this is Amos, the third chapter, real quick. Amos chapter 3 and verse, we'll start at 6. "Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it? Surely the Lord power would do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets." And we know that the understanding of this word is a secret, it's a mystery. Yahweh Shai reiterated that during his ministry, his tenure in this truth, because we're all in this thing, you know, just to be made in that image of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. But let me see here, let me jump over to Matthew 13 and 11. And it says, Matthew chapter 13, verse 11. "He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given." A mystery is a secret, all right? So Yahweh Shai was telling his disciples, it is given unto you to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that giving is by the Holy Spirit, the giving of the Holy Spirit. And so, right, when this famine comes, you're going to know grace is done. All bets will be off. When the famine of the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai just really is fully implemented or fulfilled, you know, you're going to see, we're going to be truly in the midst of chaos. You see? is you got a lot of people, man. You got a lot of people that, although they not totally subscribed to this truth, they'll listen to the apostles and other brothers, and just to get that comforting, that consoling. Well, when this famine comes, that's going to be taken away. If you hadn't been putting these words into practice, they're not going to resonate and reverberate. Will resonate with your spirit and then reverberate through your anastrophe. So that's what it's all about. Eating these words, as the Most High told Ezekiel, eat the whole scroll, and then get thee unto the children of Israel. Well, in eating this word, there's a saying in the world, you are what you eat. So in taking the digesting of this word spiritually, there should be a changing, your life, your actions, your what's that word? Just your character. All that should change, because what we're doing in coming into this truth is putting off the old man. But let me go back to Amos and finish where we left off. And this is verse 12. All right, Amos chapter 8, verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and not find it. You understand? Because the Most High is going to shut it up. He's going to shut up the word along with the Holy Spirit. And those who the Spirit is with, for the most part, the Spirit will remain with them. But for those who don't have, there's no help for you. There's no help for you at that point. So in other words, you better get it while the getting is good, if it's for you to get. So the Most High is putting in that work in the earth. Prophecies are being fulfilled. Judgments are being issued out. And you don't want to get caught up, all right? I want to go to 2 Corinthians chapter 3. Let's see, we'll start at verse 11. All right, it says 2 Corinthians 3, chapter 3, verse 11, for if that which is done away was glorious, much more that which remaineth is glorious. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. It says, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished, but their minds were blinded. For until this day remaineth the same veil, untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Mashiach. So first and foremost, it said, for that which is done away was glorious, for if that which is done away was glorious, much more that which remaineth is glorious. It's not talking about the law. The law is not done away with. It's talking about that priesthood, the whole Levitical priesthood, with its ceremonies and traditions and all of that is done away with. Now we have a much more glorious, priesthood with a much more glorious high priest, and that priesthood being in the order of Melchizedek, with Yahweh Shai himself being that high priest. So, right, this is much more glorious, you see? And then it said in verse 12, seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. And see, that's what's going to be lost. When apostles and the brethren, the elders, the whole body of Yahweh Shai are out there on the highways and byways, as Baruch said. Let's go to Baruch. Well, Baruch is getting lit up right now because we're in that time of Baruch. You know, a lot of brothers is hitting that Baruch. You know, every time you turn around, Baruch is coming out, and that's beautiful to see. Not Baruch, I'm Salakia. I'm saying Baruch, but I'm thinking of Salakia Habakkuk. Them brothers are bringing out that book of Habakkuk, man, left and right, because we're in that time, Habakkuk chapter 2. So Salakia, I was saying Baruch, I meant Habakkuk. All right. So yeah, I want to just pull out a point real quick out of Habakkuk, that second chapter. Let's see here. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, and we'll start at verse 2. Man, let me just give one. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So we're out there to make it plain upon tables, as was mentioned in 2 Corinthians, 3rd chapter, in the 12th verse. The 12th verse, it said, let's go back to that. All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 12. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech, because this is Habakkuk prophesied. You know, write the vision, make it plain upon tables. Why? So that it could be understood by the hopeful elect. Seeing then that we have such hope. Now the Most High is getting ready to do away with all of that. And that's a part of the reason why it says that the day of the Lord shall be darkness and not light. You understand? Most High is going to take, he's going to take logic and reason, understanding and wisdom from the earth, literally, and it's going to rest with the hopeful elect, and even Esau, Edom, and all their wicked wisdom. You know, they are going to be confounded. You understand? And the scripture also prophesied that. But yeah, that's why when you read Isaiah 33:6, it said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. You know, because the rest of the world going to be in bug out mode. They're going to be out here flipping out. They're not going to have an answer for nothing that's going on. Most High is going to go to drastic extremes. There's going to be animals out here that you ain't never seen before. Much less can try to I guess logically reason within your mind, as to what this is. It ain't gonna look like nothing you ever seen before. And so yeah, it's gonna be crazy out here. But the men of the Lord gonna have this foundation to lean back on, this foundation of Yahweh Shah, which we get back to 2 Corinthians again 3 and verse 13. It says, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. And that which is abolished, of course, that's the Levitical priesthood. But it said when Moses had that veil over his face, the children of Israel couldn't see that end. They couldn't see what was to come. You see, we see that because as the scripture says, reading on, it says, verse 14, but their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Mashiach. So, right, only through Yahweh Shah Mashiach Can you see unto the end? Can you see what's to come? Because you talk to people right now and they still can't see America being destroyed. They don't see this system crumbling. Now I'm talking about Israelites. You talk to Israelites, talk to some of your family, some of your people, some of your friends, and they'll tell you bugging. They'll tell you that America is going to bounce back. And some of them waiting for this vaccine because the Most High had that veil over them. And they could care less what the word has to say. And that's the way a lot of people feel. You know, this book is fake or man-made, it contradicts itself, or it's played out and outdated. But you're gonna find out how precious and how valuable this word is when this famine comes. You know, when this famine comes, because like I said, you got people who may not even subscribe to being a Hebrew Israelite, but they'll listen to the video and they'll get comfort. You know, they just don't want to come under the order or come under the discipline of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, whatever it may be. But like I said, that's going to change the game. It ain't going to be just like, oh, okay, well, we're not going out on the block anymore. No. When the word is quit being preached, they shut down this internet, and the real men of the Lord not going back on the block, that spells chaos and disaster. That's going to be the beginning of the darkness setting in. And again, just to reiterate that, well, not again, but I'm going to get the scripture to back that point up that I spoke on earlier. And we're going to get it out of Joel. All right. So this is Joel chapter 2, and we start at verse 1. No, you know what? Yeah, all right. We'll go there. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. This applies to right now. I'm not reading about a distant future, not even quasi-distant future, not even a near future. I'm talking about right now. The day of the Lord is at hand, right now. Verse 2 says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So then that great people or that strong people is referring to the missiles, but the point here being is that the day of the Lord is going to be a great darkness. Because for one, the Most High is going to bring a famine in the land, a famine of the hearing of the word. And like I said, all you mockers and scoffers are going to get a brand new appreciation for the word of the Most High when that happens, because that's really when you hear Esau talk about the shit hitting the fan. That's when the shit is going to hit the fan. When the Most High brings in that famine, just like, a real famine. I mean, this is a real famine, but it's like your traditional famine of food, or maybe a drought. There's a dearth or a drought, them are chaotic times. Those are chaotic and drastic times. And people tend to go into drastic measures. I like to watch the I don't know, maybe it's the Animal Kingdom or whatever show there, but they'll show like in Africa, uh, right before the rain season, right? There'll be a shortage of water. And you have all these animals, they have to risk their life to go down to drink from the little water that's left, but there's predators, not only in the water, but waiting, you know, in the vicinity around the water, you know. But you want to survive, you got to go get that water. So these animals will risk their life to get that sip, and then it comes a point where there's nothing left. So we're coming to that point where there's about to be nothing left. And you're gonna see people flipping and bugging out and just totally losing it. Because this word brings a stability to this world, you know? But yeah, that was the point for this lesson. I just wanted to point that out and bring that out. A famine of the word is right around the corner, and it's not gonna just be like, oh well, you know, you're not gonna just you're not just gonna shrug that off and just, you know, think you're gonna be cool because you covered with some other covering that's not of the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. When that time comes, yeah, you're gonna come to a realization that maybe them guys was talking the truth. Them guys at Great Millstone. Maybe I should have been listening to them, you know, because we're gonna be walking in the light of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're not gonna have that veil. So, well, yeah, we won't have that veil over our heart. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right there, and I pray that you brothers will edify through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All praises, honor, and glory once again goes unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harachakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and double and peace and blessings to the Akim